Yep. So we'll go one by one. Whoever wants to start first. We have Srijini, Manan, Mishti, and Avani. Right. So whoever wants to go first, just share in few minutes a little about your journey, what all you do, how you live your life. I think that's what is what is more important. So each one of you share that, and then we can have the guests sharing their questions and thoughts with you. Yeah. So they all over to you guys.
Okay, so I can go. Hello, peoples. I am Mishti. I am going to be 10 in December now. So I have joined Aarohi for almost 3 years now, and I have started doing these projects. Like every week, I do a different project. So that's how I am focusing on my interests. So a few interests of mine and what I've done for them. I like singing. So in singing, I have made a few music videos which are written, like the songs are written and sung by me. And in those music videos, I have also choreographed dances, which also leads to the fact that I like dancing a lot. And other than my music videos, I have also, on other famous songs, I have also choreographed dances and recorded them. Then I also, in those music videos, also I've done a little bit of makeup. So I have started talking to many people about makeup, and if they have any suggestions or anything they can help me with, and that way I've been collaborating also with people. And I have searched up on YouTube and Google for help for many tutorials, and that way I'm also very much into makeup, and I have tried many looks. Then also I like art a lot, so mostly I do doodle and centangle. And also, like, there are many forms that I do, but mostly I like doodling and centangling. Somehow it just feels very relaxing, and it's like whatever I'm thinking, it just comes into my paper. And along with that, I also like writing. So not only writing songs, but also I like writing poems. I love writing poems, and I writing creative uh, stories or articles and anything. And I do this thing called Swad, which is basically the daily writers of Aarohi. And here we kind of every day we write on a different prompt. So it's like every day you're stretching your mind to what can be, and these are like crazy prompts. You just need to think out of the blue anything. So for me, that's like a really good exercise every day. And talking about exercises, I also like to do Malcolm. So Malcolm is this sport which is got by Indians. So this is basically about a rope and a pole where you do you do a lot of things on the rope and pole. So I have done that for the past 1 year, and I do daily practice every day for 3 hours. And other than that, also I've played competitions and tried my luck at that. Other than that, I really love reading. So I read a lot of books. I don't like non-fiction. Mostly I go for fiction and novels. So for me, yes, that's it. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can go. Hi everyone. I'm Avani. I'm 11 years old. I'm into rock climbing, sport climbing for about 5 years now. I like Carnatic vocal music, Bharatnatyam dance. I like also reading adventure stories. And yeah, like I love cooking and drawing. Like drawing in the sense of I draw whatever comes to my mind. Basically, I can imagine more than copy. So it's for me, I do those kind of cartoon drawings, and I know like 11 to 15 kinds of cooking stuff. So yeah, basically I can look after my life. And rock climbing, meaning I climb rocks and also wall. So I go to this wall climbing place called Yavanika in Bangalore. There I climb wall, and yeah, there's been a bit of break, so I'm just getting onto it. I really don't know why uh, I like climbing so much, but for me, I think so. The main reason is I like climbing because it allows me to explore my body better. It's like whatever I see, or yeah, whatever I see, it connects me to climbing. Okay, maybe I can jump this over like this, or like yeah, like that. Um, yeah, and I'm exploring my other interests also, not into like one thing which I love to do yet. Yeah, I like fiction kind of books. I read Ruskin Bond, Thea Stilton, Geronimo Stilton, with Enid Blyton, yeah, Rupa Pai. So yeah, that's about me.
Okay, now it's my turn. Then, hello everyone. I'm Srijani, and I'm 16 years old. I have started open learning around like a year and a half now. From now, I started my open learning with a really no picture about passion, but slowly when I started exploring different hobbies of mine, which were playing piano, making different types of craft, dancing, singing, and much more. Like I really love making my day busy with all those stuff. Slowly, when I started exploring them for more time, and now I finally can say that my page of passion has built, which is baking. Which is baking. I really like baking, and I'm trying to deep dive into it. Uh, and mainly one thing that I really love about open learning, and also one style of me learn, like one of my learning style is mainly by experiencing, researching, and by reflecting. uh, I really enjoy experiencing different stuff. Mainly I do different types of projects in my different interests. uh, some of them were from the community Aarohi, and some were my personal projects. And for example, in cooking, in my interest in cooking, I have did one project in the community saying cooking different type like different dishes around the world from each country. So we take one country and take one famous dish from that and cook it. And I generally blog it in my blog channel. And also in the reflection part, I like to reflect a lot. I mainly do it by talking to my parents or with the help of my mentors, prompts and all. And also in researching, I generally do it by myself and document my results in blog or maybe a YouTube or my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's about me.
Hi everyone, I am Manan. I am 12 years old and I started open learning 2 years ago because I had a passion for badminton, but some changes happened and I became a competitive video game player. I've participated in a lot of tournaments and I love badminton. I love art, specifically geometrical art. I love to do research in history, geography, science. These are all my interests, and I love singing. I also know how to play guitar. So yeah.
Okay, super. Thank you, Mishti, Avni, Srijini, and Manan for your crisp introduction. So now it's over to everybody else. These four are there for you to, since they've all been doing open learning for different periods of time, uh, but they're doing open learning. So if you want to know anything about open learning, I think they are the best people to ask. So please go ahead, and whatever you want to know about open learning, these guys will supply with all the answers. And I guess we will all stay on mute for today at least. So please go ahead. The forum is all yours. If you would like to open your videos, that would be nice, so that they can know whom they are talking to, whom they are interacting with. I think that would help them as well as help all of us to get a visual connect. So that would be nice. So you can type your questions in chat, or preferably come on video and audio and ask your questions.
I have a question. Can I start?
Yes.
Hey, so I heard all of you. Excellent. I'm very happy to hear directly from you guys. I have a very simple question which you must have been asked multiple times, I guess. But I want to hear it directly from you. When you see your friends who go to school and they ask you, why don't you go to school? How do you answer them?
Okay. Mm, for a period of time, I also liked going to school, and I had also gone to school for like 1 to 2 years. Uh, so mainly, I actually wouldn't feel jealous of them or feel lonely because they're not including me or whatever. Um, but I think the actual advantage of open learning is you can explore your interests more, and also see what uh, basically you will learn most of the things uh, by the half mid of your teens, whatever needs to be learned for your life. Because I'm like free at home, what should I do? I got into this cooking, and I was baking cooker cakes for some time, making chocolates. All that happened. Now I like cooking like 1 or 2 meals a week, and I also do. So I think actually um, I can't choose between open learning and school because I need that school structure plus whatever that homework, plus also that interest part of it, that a bit of freedom in it. So yeah, it's like in between. I still have to figure out some schedule, yet not figured it out, making it in progress. Me and my dad have made this learning landscape, some subjects, some what head, hand, and heart. So, like in these 3 parts, he had made what he wants me to be, and I think I also want to be like that. Something like finance, history, general science, mathematics, Kannada, like in languages, some like 4 languages. Also, like other things which I like to do, like rock climbing, cycling, healing. I know how to heal. Like there is this one way so joke. In that way, something like pains you can heal. So yeah, healing.
Yeah.
Mainly, yeah, I can't choose between this, so I don't miss either of them. Yeah, go on, Srijini.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is like a frequently asked question. Like most of my friends, I have been to different school from my, like before time I been to open learning. So a lot of my friends ask me, why don't you come to school with us? Like that. But all that's something like open learning is something that's quite hard to explain just in a minute or two. So, sometimes I tell them, come to my home, stay with me for 1 or 2 weeks, and then you understand what is open learning and all. It's something I feel it's self-motivated, and like you are the one who decides what to do, and you create your own curriculum. Like as Avni was giving an example of how she created her own curriculum. So, in mind, I used to think like I have my own curriculum and all. Yeah. Sometimes I do miss that school vibe that I used to get, but still, this is much more fun, I feel.
Can I go?
Yeah.
So I feel that, like, basically when you're a little feeling towards one type of action, like if you're drawing and you really enjoy doing it, then that means you obviously like it. So once you have that kind of interest or you have a passion you want to follow, I feel that school kind of diverts your attention to some other things which you might not really want that much. So, and also if your interest is like, okay, you want to become a scientist or you want to become some mathematician, so that's not a problem, you can also do that. But if your interest is something else which is not really mostly there in school plans, then that is something you might want to get into open learning for. So when somebody asks me why you are like not why have you joined open learning, mostly that's my answer. And also school has a different, like Srijani said, school has a different fun vibe, which like with friends, with many people, and your nice people, and it's like a different vibe. So but also it's not like open learning is like dull and gray and like just blah blah blah. It's not like that. I feel here also you can make many new friends. So it's not like open learning is way better, like it goes all the way to Mars, but I mean I don't think it makes it any less.
So if someone asks me why do I do homeschooling or whatever you call it, my friends or my family members, because I'm in a joint family, so I get a lot of these questions. So I usually reply them by saying open learning, like Srizani and Mishri said, they both have a different vibe. I also say the same thing. They both have a different vibe. They both are very useful. But the difference between open learning is that you can do your favorite things. You can follow your passion that way. In school, they don't teach you any fire skills or different things, how to cook or how to do that things, whatever they call it. So I usually reply to them like this way, but because they both are important. The things that school teach is also important, and the things that you learn at home is also important. In home, like I said, you can follow your passion and whatever homeschooling. So I usually reply them. I do homeschooling because I like. I'm gonna follow my passion. I want to follow my passion and make it as and may devote my life to my passion. So this is how I usually reply.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow. Wow. I can just say wow. I mean, the answers are extraordinary, but your confidence is even better than an adult. I mean, this is excellent. Thank you so much.
Sure. Inviting more people in the group to can ask questions or you can share your thoughts with our
There's a
panel
question.
today. Yeah, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
there's a question for all the children. Now, just a question like, how do they schedule their day for a lot of activities which they explore of their choice? So, how do they schedule their day when they get up in the morning and they try out many exploring activities of their choice?
So, first thing that I do is I wake up, then I just go through my mind. What are my interests? In 10 seconds, I have the time. 10 seconds. Think whatever is your interest, and then plan it in a whole day. So let's say I woke up, then I decided, then I wrote, do your daily hygiene things. Then I check, I open my iPad and check Aarohi's schedule. So if there is something of my interest, I attend that. So I usually write it in my iPad that this is this time, this is this time. So then I decide, let's say history. So I decide, you put it 1 hour, do it anytime. It's fine. Just put how much time do you want to give to the thing. If there's a gaming tournament, practice time, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever. So this is how I do my planning. Wake up, do the hygiene things, then check the ROE schedule, then think all of about my interest, and then write how much time do I want to give to that thing. So this is my schedule that I plan every day.
Well, I kind of have a bigger picture of my interests. Like I have a firstly, I make a vision about what all I can do or what I want to do in my interest, and then I'll break down them monthly, weekly, and daily so that I don't miss any. That's how I schedule my day. To be simple.
Okay, so I don't have a kind of schedule right now. I want to make it, but right now I don't. We have not still come up, I have not still come up with a schedule for myself. And basically, yeah, my mom keeps telling, do your plan, do your plan. I do plan, um, but I don't know where to give the timings because still our meal times are not fixed yet. So it's a bit hard to plan which time to which time would I do this. But yeah, I also plan my interests or what I want to do in that week in the week plan. Yeah, basically I have like 2 to 3 classes. So at least in like in the week 4 or 5 days I have like classes. Yeah, and I actually uh, don't know where to start with my schedule, so still not come up with it. I will.
So for me, like I said, I'm doing projects. So it's like one project stretched out in a week, and that project will have different categories, different things to do, different types of planning. Also, I need to clear my mind and think what. Also, according to others, because somewhere I might need help from somebody, or I might need, like I have to also adjust my time to somebody else's. So me and my family, we sit together for one and a half hour or 1 hour on Sunday, and we kind of plan for the entire week that where do we want to do what, and how will we put our similar timings together. So I kind of do a weekly planning, time-wise planning. So, yes. I think we're done.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? Nehal here.
Sure,
So
Nehal.
it's my
Anybody can ask a
first,
question. Please go ahead.
yeah, so it's my first session, and I'm planning to visit the campus in December, 19th December week with my son. So how do you, so again, the question is for the kids. So in normal schooling, what happens is that you end up making a lot of friends because they are in your class and you are automatically at a disposal of a lot of children. So in open learning or homeschooling, wherever you all are staying, then how do you all make that network in terms of that steady network that you have? Sometimes it is from your area because you are in the school, so most of the kids are going in the same school or the same classes or like that. But right now, I understand the open learning community is spread over different cities, different states. So do you all meet virtually, or is there a physical interaction also, or you have your groups, social groups physically also?
Okay, yes, I'm super. Was somebody saying something?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying that it's okay, you can go first.
Okay, so I'm super excited to answer this. So
Great, great.
there are two kinds of Aarohis. It's Aarohi only, but one is Aarohi X and one is Campus. So Campus is like the physical version, and Aarohi X is like the online version. So
Okay.
I'm from Mumbai. So I have started off from Aarohi X, and I think even being online means you can still make friends. So that way, I have come across many people, like, and not for, at least for me, friend doesn't mean that I only get to stick around with people my age. It can go all the way from 99 to 1 year. So that way I have made friends of all sizes, ages. So then also I think around this, like not school, but just around me, if I go to some class or if I'm just going down to play or anywhere I'm going, in the morning I go for a walk. So there the people I meet, or in the class the people I meet, just being together, just staying, or like being together at that point of time, just we become friends. It's just natural human behavior, I think.
Okay, thank you so much. Even I'm from Mumbai, so it helps. I just connected with your dad some time back, and I saw your surfing photo also. Great going.
Oh yeah, we just came from surfing.
Yeah, yeah.
Back. Yeah. Me, I don't have like in my area here. I don't have any like friends. But yeah, I have. I'm part of Aarohi since like I was 5 years old. So yeah, I have a lot of friends. I can say um, like hundreds, because friend meaning only some person you like, only you like to hang around with, doesn't mean it's a friend. Anybody you meet, even yeah, here I think you're all also friends. So like that, I have many friends, but yeah, physically when I go to campus, yeah, of course it's there. Yeah, near my house, not yet. I had, but
Okay.
now I have to make new friends.
Okay.
I have been homeschooled since I was in third. So when I was in school, I remember I only had 5 friends, and because of those 5 friends, I never thought of making any other friend, because like I always knew that I have those 5. But when I came
Okay.
into homeschooling, I had this thing that now I have to make friends and I have to find people. So of course, I broke the barrier for age, and I made friends of every age, all ages. And also, I met so many people of my age around my house, or friends. I also got common friends. So in Goa locally, I have friends from 3 different schools, even though I've never been to any one of them. So
Okay,
I think you can just
got
make
it.
friends just like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I play badminton, so I do go to academy, so I get to meet my friends offline and online. I have also some friends who were in my city Indore, but then they had something father's transfer and whatever things, they transferred to a different city or location. So I have friends virtually and I meet with them in person.
Hi guys, this is Sachin here. One question to the kids is, given an option, would you want to move back to a traditional kind of a school? You have, a set curriculum in a day, and you have your typical subjects, your teachers teaching you, or would you want to continue like this? And why, please?
I really can't choose because um, I do need that structure, a bit of those subjects, a bit of those teaching part, and those friends part, and also this open learning, the freedom, uh, the equality. I think, yeah, and the openness.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't choose basically. Maybe if uh, I wanted to become a teacher, maybe if I open a school and okay, it is open learning come schooling. So maybe, yeah, I would go to that school.
Okay.
Alternative learning, basically.
Hmm. Okay. Nice. And if you have queries around subjects or any specific topics, who helps you? Do you reach out to, is it your parents helping you out, or are you doing research yourselves, or are there teachers at Aarohi who help you out, give you some sort of a direction?
Uh, I actually help myself. If I found something a little bit problematic, I first thing I try to solve it myself. And if I can do it, I just ask my family members, and if they can help, they can. And if they cannot help, I will go to my friends, and if also they cannot help, I will use Google. So Google, I think I use very little because I like to do things myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I I don't think I use Google very little, but yeah, of course I try to find it myself. But if I don't, yeah, if it's something related to Kannada, Sanskrit, or fractions, mathematics, I go to my grandfather because he was a lecturer. Uh, Maybe you can call him a professor. He's a retired professor at a college. So when he was a child, he was like the first rank in
Wow.
mathematics. So yeah, I go to him.
Lucky, you're lucky then.
Yeah. Otherwise, my parents also.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing your ideas and answers. Thank you so much. It's really nice to hear from all of you. Thank you.
More questions or thoughts for our guest today? So you can come on mic or share through the chat.
Maybe Ratnesh, you can share your journey. We've been talking too much.
Yeah, but today it's your day. You four have to answer everything.
Okay.
One question here, just wanted to know, like, how do you keep your screen time under control? Like, now there are a lot of gadgets, a lot of bombardment of the electronic media. So where there needs to be also some sort of a control on the screen timing using, like, you cannot keep using the screen time throughout the day. So how do you children control your screen time at the same time explore, get your objectives also fulfilled?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of a really,
Really tough question.
yeah, quite tough.
Really exciting
Because
question, actually.
it's kind of little tough for us because these days lot of stuff are being done in the laptop or computer, whatever the electronic device. Like mostly even my like sessions I attend in Aarohi or any other documentation I do or a video I record, everything needs a mobile. So yeah, it's quite hard for sometimes. But yet when I'm planning my day at the starting of my day, I try to make it alternative. So if I do something on screen, the next hour I'll try to do it something off screen.
Your
Like that.
voice
So
is
I
good.
alternate. Helps me. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I generally like to alternate it. So if I'm doing a task of an activity of doing it in the mobile, and the next activity I choose to do it something off screen. So that's how I regulate my screen timing. But sometimes I do fail, but I really try to keep that in track. And I'm trying to do that 2020 I thingy, but still working on it.
And said, like, I have a question. By screen time, do you mean movies and video games kind of, or do you mean just using your phone or any gadget? Hello.
You're
Yeah,
on
means
mute.
I would say in cumulative use of screen time could be anything.
Okay.
Using our knowledge also, getting our knowledge also, or maybe you're using it to only like keep seeing the screen and enjoying what is going on the screen.
Okay, maybe yeah, I do, like, I have planned the sessions for that week and other things, like some my music classes are like online right now. So I plan all of that. Like mostly Tuesdays I have like 3 hours of screen time, so on Tuesdays I don't do any entertainment kind of stuff. Otherwise yeah, I do like half an hour each day. And I don't like watch one movie in the end. I watch it like part, half an hour, half an hour.
For me, it was like first when I started, like when I was like 10 or something. That time, whenever I used to learn something, it was always on phone and YouTube and all something. For that time, I used to use my phone like for 10 hours or 5 hours, but now I use it only for 2 hours, like an entire day. I use it for only 2 hours, and sometimes I read normal books, like not only using my phones for every single thing.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't play video games or watch cartoons or things like that. I've just like grown up that way. Like I just don't play video games or stuff. So that's one thing. I love watching movies. So for me, the movies time is kept mostly for Sunday. Like that's my like one day where I will do whatever entertainment I want. So like not that I can't do it in the week, but then that also like I have to kind of put that okay in my week in these 3 hours or 2 hours or 1 hour I will be watching a movie or whatever. So that way, that's how it works. Other than that, screen time which I'm using for maybe writing or I'm using for searching up something, that I can't say. Like, it depends on the project also. If the project is very much related to uh, writing a lot on my phone or things like that, then obviously it's gonna be more of screen time. If it's something more to do with recording or I am singing, then that means it's less of phone and I'm more of focused on the dancing or the singing part in that. So that way it depends on my project, so I can't say, but I like to have less screen time, not much, because then in the end of the day also, actually I end every day with reading. In the end, I read some 10 pages of a book at least, so that my eyes also get settled before sleep.
So some days I have tournaments of gaming, so you need to do practice and all of that, and you need to also upload because yeah, no one's gonna even stream it. So I have some days where there are tournaments, so I don't do my entertainment those days because editing takes a lot of time. So on those days, I play the game and just finish, edit and finish the job. And I don't, what do we say? I don't watch any videos or something like that. And so I just manage these days where I have tournaments. But on those days where I'm at free the whole day, for example, Sundays, I make myself busy, and also my friends are also free, so we play together and all of that, and also leave my gadgets out of my sight. Sight helps a lot because when you see them, you are like, just one more time, just let me just the thing. It happens. So I usually keep it in my box or in the cupboard or downstairs. So when I don't want to waste my time, I do this.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot. Like, just
Yeah.
time, please. Oh, I'm asking please for my own mind.
Getting addicted.
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes.
Okay, we have them till 6 o'clock, so we can take few more questions. Especially if you would like to get deeper into the process of open learning, which they are going through.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask one question. I don't know how to frame it so well. First of all, I think you kids are very, mature and very focused. I mean, considering your age, you're all very young. If I were your age and given this kind of an opportunity, I think I would have spent all time playing and maybe wouldn't have been so focused. So how do you guys, keep yourself focused towards your projects or towards your goals? Is it your parents who are telling you, you guys, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, spend only half a day on this or 4 hours on this or 3 hours on this? Or are you self-driven? Do you need, or, there would be days when you would be feeling like, I don't feel like doing this, it's my playtime only.
Uh, so yeah. So the projects. So I have a really bad habit. I forget those little things. So I have a blackboard that I made myself and just wrote on it, you have to do this. And if I forgot, there's a paper kind of thing I made book. And when I open it, says, don't forget this. So every time when I forgot, I used to do this. And when I'm bored, I was like, no, I'm so bored. I take a big break, a really big break. If I'm too much bored, like 2-3 hours, this big of a break, then I go back to work. And sometimes I don't even feel doing it, so I just skip it and do it next day. And the thing which I like is in the next day I do it today. So this is how I manage my projects.
So you don't really force yourself to do things which you are not really interested in doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So for me, uh, it it's actually like sometimes I really forget to do stuff, and I really am bored uh,
Yeah.
from doing that stuff, but I have to do that. Sometimes I just somehow finish it, or like I keep myself okay. Like if this is this drawing project, I think I'll do like uh two of these drawings, and then okay, I'll take a break, do something else, and then come back to it. Um, and sometimes like I do forget these little things which my mom keeps reminding, which she's a bit tired of also now, but but also in my memory now.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's a bit hard to like keep it up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I planned this today, but I don't want to do it, but I have to do it because I want to have all the tick, 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 tick. I like those. So I want to do it, I have to do it. Don't want to do it, I have to do it.
It's like every day I feel like I need to report my mind for child labor.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting.
So I think for me, I like in my new colony, I don't really have many friends. Where I used to live, that's like one place where I have thousands of friends. Here I don't, and here also I don't like going down to play much and stuff. So that's not something that something that really pulls me. And my projects, okay, let's admit it, like interests are fun, but it's not the same amount of fun as you get by watching a movie, because that's like that's a different kind of fun. So was a party, that's like just a different kind of fun. You can't compare your interest to that. But I feel it's kind of in the middle of duty and your own liking, so interest is in the middle of that. So that's something. And also my projects are something that I like, it's like okay, just a little bit more to go and then I'll be complete, little bit more, and then there's a satisfaction that yes, I finally did it. So I'm just done with completing 5 episodes of one podcast I'm making. So in that, at the end, I was like, that's so cool. I completed 5 episodes of podcast and I was feeling very proud of myself. So I think that kind of satisfaction I get.
Yeah. Wow. That's so good to hear. I wish I could join your school with you guys.
Yeah, you can actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also maybe like once you start doing, like if you're not actually liking it, once you start doing it, it's like you actually like it. uh
Okay.
it's like no plus no is yes, like that.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I actually sometimes push myself, okay, do it now, this much only, then I'll feel, oh, I love this, I'd never want to stop it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, kids. Thanks for answering this.
No questions? They're still there to answer if you have anything you want to know. As they say, from the horse's mouth. So we have 4 horses today.
Hi, all of you. I have a daughter who's like 7, and we've been unschooling and doing things on our own for quite some time now. Now, recently we faced an issue with her friends down. Okay, so she has friends of all ages. So, I mean, mostly they're all elder to her. Now, there are times when they suddenly team up against her and say, "Oh, you don't even go to school, and why are you telling me all this?" So, have you guys ever faced something like this, and how have you gotten, I mean, replied or come out of that feeling? I mean, she feels a little bit agitated, and then she's like, "Oh, I should go to school just because of that."
Yeah, so that's kind of like a left out feeling. So honestly, for me, when somebody like mostly are very loyal friends, they're always like, "You're so lucky you go to school," and I'm the person telling them, "No, open learning is not what you think." But then, other than that, I think it's that sometimes they're discussing like, "Oh, you know, in the bus this thing happened," or in school today I learned this new cool dance or something like that. So at that point I'm a little like, but other than that it's like, no, it's cool because I also have a quality time to share with them as friends, or anybody or even my siblings or anybody else who I'm just not siblings, cousins. So anybody else, if they're just talking something else, I'm like, okay, I'll give you your space, and later when you guys are talking about something I'm comfortable with, then we're talking normally again. So I've never really faced that situation where people are kind of ganging up on me or anything like that.
Okay, well, I have actually been in that situation, kind of a situation. Like my relatives were very, kind of terrified or kind of amazed with what I was doing. They constantly started calling my dad and saying, "What are you doing with this girl? And what have you done for this girl?" and all. So you know what my father used to do is just he used to send the links I have done or some of the outcomes I did. He used to send them, and that way some people had, did not did my, got little calm down or something she's doing or something like that. And sometimes even my friends also sometimes team against me and tell like, "Oh, you don't even go to school," something like that I have heard. But I just don't let it to my heart because I know the value of open learning. Sometimes I do that, just pat my back and say it's okay.
So
Yeah, that's
I
brave.
usually get gang banged like this in academy and obviously all of that. So everyone's like, why do you do homeschooling and why are you telling me because you are doing homeschooling and it is so easy and whatever blah 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 they say. So I say it is not easy. I think it is harder than yours schooling. And if I am doing homeschooling, that doesn't mean that I can't tell you this or that. I am not less or more skilled than you. I am the what do we say, level or same skill as you. So don't just say to me like that. You are homeschooler, so you cannot just tell me something like that.
Okay. Hey, thank you for sharing.
Hey, we have 2 more minutes, so we can squeeze in maybe one last question or any thoughts somebody has after. Okay, maybe let's not take any more questions. I promised them only 5 to 6, then they have to go back to whatever they want to do. More of if anybody wants to share any thought coming to your mind after listening and interacting with them for the past about
Daddy, I'm
15
very
minutes.
happy being the bakra over here.
Sure. Thank you, Mishti. So yeah, if anybody wants to share a thought after listening to them for the last about 50 minutes, we can have, and then if they want, they can step out because the deal was 5 to 6 with them.
I expected half an hour more, so I kept half an hour more.
Sure. So you can be around. Whoever can be around can be around. Whoever wants to exit after, if anybody wants to share, can exit. Your choice.
The thought as a first time part of the meeting is only that I think it's very much child led, and the child also has to be ready for it. Like, uh, in terms of like, if I I should be having a discussion with my son in terms of the open learning and all of it. Take his consensus, because especially where we stay and all of it, or anybody, because the last incident, what somebody just shared, that, they will face that, the resistance or questions. And if they are not confident enough about the learning, um, then it might also affect them. So I think it is, of course, more child led, and they have to be completely convinced about how they want to pursue their own learning. It can be school or it can be unschooling, open learning, but it has to come from their side.
Your good name, please. Sorry, your name is
Nehal, Nehal,
Nehal.
Nehal,
Okay, it's just
Nehal.
coming as Samsung, so I wanted to check with you.
Sorry, because I just relogged in. So yeah. So
No
that's
issues.
one feeling that I get, that the child has to be ready. The child has to be prepared, and it has to be his decision completely, his or her.
Uh, sure. Yes. Yes. Sometimes it is also it happens over a period of time. Immediately,
Correct.
one may
Yeah.
not realize, but as one does it, one starts uh, one starts liking it and then wants to do it. So the
Yeah.
initiation can happen anytime, and then the journey unfolds in its own way.
Correct. Correct. I don't know. I have a lot of doubts, because maybe it's the first session. Like, there are certain children or certain people also in adults. Some people like structure. Some people like that routine. Some people like laid down plans. And there are some, again, children who like, the way they are learning right now. It was so great to hear them talk so confidently, and, how they are charting their own life at this tender age, you know. So, I don't know. I'm still a little confused in terms of how to figure out if it is right for your child. And maybe as I attend more sessions, I might understand.
Dad, can I answer to this, or is it
Please,
like only?
please.
Okay, so I think more than finding out for a child, I think it's like more of asking him also, because maybe I don't know. I'm just voicing out what I think. Like maybe if you just like if he's sitting with somewhere near, you can just be like, you can sit here for 5 minutes. You can hear what they're saying, or anybody for that matter, and you can just
Yeah,
kind of. They also get a brief that this is what it is, because I think that really helps, because um, then like it's for them also, it's like they're understanding and they're getting that, okay, do I want to go into this or do I not. And I also
yeah,
think it's not really like every person will face the bullying and stuff, but yes, it happens, so you just need to be prepared for it.
correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if the child is strong enough, and if they have made the decision, the confidence and the strength will automatically
Yes,
come.
yeah, correct.
Yeah, like there are a lot of ways to in learning. Like open learning is one of the method, and the schooling is another method. So it's like the child's call that which calls it him or her.
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah. True, true. But I really liked the session as a first timer. I think I'll attend more till I go to the campus.
Yeah, also please keep in mind that whatever bullying that we are talking about can happen anywhere, can happen
True,
in
true.
workspaces, can happen when
Yeah,
you're 50 years old, can happen
agreed.
because of any reason, not just open learning, because of the hair you have, because of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
color of your nose or the shape of your nose, or because of your
yeah.
religion or because of your community, can happen for anything. So I don't think
Agreed,
as
totally.
such that is related to open learning in any which way directly.
In any way. Correct.
And yes, you rightly pointed out there are many ways of how we respond to somebody being a little poked and bullied or whatever you want to call it. And I personally think, at least in my view, that it's great that somebody is bullying, let's say me or my child, because that's a way to learn how to handle it. So
Agreed,
it becomes
agreed.
an education rather than a problem.
Correct, correct. Totally agree to that.
Yeah,
Totally agree. They have to ultimately be in the world and
sure.
learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I would also like to share about this bullying part. Means what I personally feel is that when it comes to children being responsible for themselves and they being the leader of their lives, then they are more prepared about all these every kind of situation, not only bullying but all kinds of situation. So right now maybe Mishti would have skipped on this, but I would like to express one example of this kind of a thing that has happened with her very recently in her Malcolm session. Children bigger than her age, like elder than her age, would say, "Ki, what Mishti, what do you do? You don't even go to school, like you don't even have homework, you don't have to do anything. What you just keep watching movies or what at home?" Like this kind of a thing people were telling her, and they were elder than her age. She did not budge. She did not feel at all that, oh my god, what should I do now? No, she just answered back and she said, "Ki, you don't, it is not that like we watch movie at home and it is that's the only thing that we have to do at home. We have many things to do and we have many projects. We do finish many things, and I can send you so many things of mine that I have done personally. I have created them. It is not that somebody has told me and somebody has done it for me." And so we are continuously busy at home and we do quite a lot of stuff. So they are prepared to answer back and tell
Answer
back.
back.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so and it is not about only answering back, it is also being prepared mentally for all types of situations in life. That is what
Agree.
I'm believing in it. Yeah.
And that actually shows in all the 4 kids who are here, to be very honest. It shows the kind, their confidence is very different. And they are happy in what they're doing.
100% happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Vijay here. I just wanted to put in a couple of words of caution. Not all fingers are the same. So not all open learners are the same. As you saw a spectrum here, you will find a lot of variations in open learners, and we will have more interactions in the near future. But another word of caution, not all sessions are this interesting. So they have set the bar really high for future sessions. Srijani, Mishti, Avni, and Manan. So please, all of you, you're welcome to join any Saturday, but don't expect the same kind of fun and thoughtful answers that that we all got today.
Sure.
So
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can also take some questions about Aarohi itself. It's past 6, and like Ratnesh said, it's past the Q&A for open learning hours. We can continue discussing open learning. That's not, it's not a constraint. Just that folks who want to know more about Aarohi or how things happen in Aarohi or stuff around that, you're welcome to share your thoughts, your questions, or your experiences. Some of you are from the community or have visited the campus. So you're welcome to share your thoughts and experiences as well.
Yeah, hi, this is Sachin and Sonali here again. So, actually, with our son, who is now 9 years, I mean, we have been experimenting, I would say experimenting a lot. I mean, with all different types of boards. So, right now, he goes to an alternate school called Abhik Academy. So, we wanted to understand, I mean, how is this open learning different from an alternate kind of a journey? Uh, do you also have some sort of a set curriculum, or is it completely, student led and whatever they want to do in a day? I think anybody can.
Yeah, I'll let one of the young learners share
Okay,
their thoughts.
sure.
There are some. I think Avni is still around. Mishti is still around. So yeah, please.
Yeah. I like there's a lot of difference. Like in a normal conventional school, it's generally someone decides what you do, and there's a structured curriculum which you have forced to follow, or maybe just are following. So in open learning, we make our own curriculum and we follow it by our own interests. So there's nothing structured. So
Okay,
we make a curriculum for ourselves.
I see. I see. And how about, academic subjects? Do you also try to include those? I understand, this is completely driven by your interests. So you design what you want to do. I understand that. Do you also feel the need, or do you also discuss, let's say within amongst yourselves with your parents that, you should also be doing XYZ subjects, let's say mathematics or English or science, which are typically, what uh, schools will look for or will, because if there is a situation where you want to move back to a conventional kind of a school, because we have struggled there with our son. I know we have heard things from schools, and XYZ things. So do you also try to accommodate that those subjects as well as a part of your whatever you design yourselves for, or no? I mean, any academic subjects, do you also take that up, or is it completely not required? I mean, or you don't feel the need to?
Uh, um, Maybe it's more of not a textbook kind of a thing. If
Mm-hmm.
I get interested in maths, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to take a textbook or something and start, doing all those sums and all.
Mm-hmm.
Rather, if I really love maths, I can, buy some books around it, or do it some practical way. Maths doesn't is limited to only textbook. It's all around the world. We can, so maybe by that we can learn.
I think what I'm trying to also ask is implicitly, I mean, do you also set milestones for yourself? So let's say I understand. I mean, I understand that, maths and science and language is all around us. There is no boundary to it or no, specific set boundaries. But do you set milestones, for example, music? Let's say you're learning music as a part of, and you're a part of Aarohi, of course. So do you work with Aarohi team and do you set milestones for yourself that, let's say by because I am interested in it right now. Of course, there's a possibility you may lose interest, right? With time. But do you try to set milestones? Okay, let me try and achieve something by
Yeah,
the.
we have a lot of projects, and we are been working in projects, and there are also some different projects that have already been done in different interests.
Mm.
uh, like in literature, we are kind of a group of people wrote a book together.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so something like that. So we get do different type of projects, and we have clubs where we kind of sometimes make milestones, sometimes may not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Sachin,
Yeah.
couple of things there. And this is Viji, my daughter, 12-year-old. We have been part of the ROE community for about 4 years. And I myself have been an open learner most of my life. I
Mm.
learned most of the things that I use today are things I have learned on my own, not in school or college. So, yeah. So, I just feel that when we are asking about curriculum and,
Mm.
subjects, we ourselves are using those blinkers.
Mm.
And I mean, you are acknowledging that there is no limits or there's no boundaries, but I can see implicitly that you're looking for a curriculum for exams. And like Srijani beautifully pointed out, our milestones are not exams. Our
Mm.
milestones are things that we want to do. If we are able to do it, great, that's a milestone achieved. If we are
Mm.
not able to do it, that's also a milestone achieved, because then we reflect on what happened and why we went, where we went, and stuff like that. Right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
just one small thing that I would like to add, not to take too much time, but just that when we are talking of open learning, we are
Mm.
essentially learning the modes of learning. We are not
Mm.
learning a particular subject.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what should I learn? How would I go about it? And how well have I done in
Mm.
what I wanted to do? That's essentially the process of learning, right?
Mm.
So, that's the whole idea, that you practice, and not just the child, but you know everybody around them as well, that we do what we want to do, we plan to do it, and then we reflect on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not like always somebody else has to give exams or uh, yeah, exams. You can actually make your own exam or give others exam. Actually, I had given a music exam for my mom. So actually, uh, if there is somebody who loves exam, maybe like we can form a group and make exams or give each other exams, like push pull, everything is there.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks,
I-
Sachin. I think Jarna wants to say or ask something. Jarna, go ahead. Please use the mic.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jarna, and I live and work in a residential alternative school. So yes, I do understand the difference between alternative schools and open learning, although I didn't attend the first half of your presentation and this meeting today. I just wanted to find out, in case there is a child who's new and is also very young at age, would they receive some kind of a guidance or mentoring as to how to go about picking what they want to, even if they know what they want? Would they have some guidance about balanced self-learning for themselves?
Avni, Srijani, you want to answer that?
Okay, then yes, there are our mentors who can kind of guide us if we are kind of lost. Ratnesh, Aditi, Leela, and other people also. And sometimes, when we get into that environment, we see each other, we, get exposed to different people and what they are doing. So sometimes that can be like motivated by others or inspired by others, and we can start being, getting adapted to that method of learning or something like that.
Thank you. I was also
Sorry, and just
wondering
to
if
add
there
to
is
what
something like.
sorry, just to add to what Srijani was saying. So if there are let's say if you are, for example, at campus and there are, let's say, 12 children and 5 adults, then typically you have 17 mentors. I hope I got my maths right. 12 children and 5 adults are around you. Then you forget the child. Then you have 17 mentors. And everybody else in turn has also 17 mentors, including you as a mentor. So there is no one definition. Everybody facilitates, mentors, guides, supports, hold hands of each other. That is why it's called a community. So Aarohi is a open learning community, which is all holding hand of each other and supporting each other. And that's the whole idea.
Yeah, that's what I say when some people ask me, so who teaches you, or how many teachers do you have? So I tell like there are no teachers. We learn by each other. Like I teach you, you teach me. So it's like a co-learning community. Yeah, it's actually fun.
Right. Yes, yes. I get it. So there are no roles in terms of age-wise or subject-wise, and there are no classroom boundaries, there are no books. So when it comes to learning something, would there be a combination of practical learning? Like, I don't know if you have a farm or, something there where you can actually experience something, or is it mostly computer driven? Is it always things that you can find on Google and on the computer, or a combination? I mean, is that also not guided? Does it depend on the child?
Couldn't understand your question, sorry. Can you repeat it?
Right. So if somebody wants to go about, say, learning
Yeah,
about the
sorry, Jana,
environment.
you've actually answered your question. It depends on an individual what they want to learn, how they want to learn. They can travel to learn. They can find the resource anywhere in the city, in the neighborhood, in the Aarohi campus, at your house, at their house, wherever they want to, what they want to learn. So there's really no boundary. The whole globe, the whole world is our classroom. And everybody out there is a resource person for us, and every building is a learning space, and every outdoor is a learning space. So yep, everything is available. Abundance of resources, people, guides, friends, peers, whatever. But yes, it is decided by the child, and obviously also guided by the child's parents and others around the child.
Okay. And would people essentially, if they attend Aarohi, not remotely, but in person, what is the sort of amount of time on an average do people spend there? I mean, is there a time commitment like 6 months, 1 year? Or does that just depend? Can somebody just come in as a transit between two things? How does that work in terms of commitment of time?
Yeah, so Aarohi is an open learning community, and what open means is it's open to your plans. It's open to how you want to be part of the community. You can be part of the community for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, for 6 months, for 10 years, or maybe a couple of janmas if you if that works. So it's really up to each individual. The community is open, welcoming, embracing all open learners in their journey. We are all the time transitioning from one moment to another, isn't it? So let's not even think about that, oh, we are ever permanent anywhere. So that's
And,
the way we look at it. Yes, Avni.
and Ratnesh, it's not only we embrace open learners.
Yes, absolutely, Avni. We
Okay,
embrace
tell
all
me a
learners.
little bit more. And let me hear a bit more when you're saying that you don't just embrace open learners.
No, I meant like he just said open learners. I added like everybody. Yeah, that's all.
School going person or anyone, a non-educated person, a old person, young person, anyone.
Even an elephant, maybe.
Yeah.
So true.
My daughter's laughing. We live in elephant land, so this Kodaikanal and we
Oh yeah, you'll find elephants at campus.
Okay, we have still 5-7 minutes. So more people, if you have questions, you can still ask. Apart from Srijini and Avni, we are also around to see if we need to answer your questions.
Hi, Ratnesh. Would you be able to tell me more about your Aarohi online program, how it works?
There is no Aarohi online program. There is no Aarohi offline program. There is no
these kids were
Aarohi. Yeah. There is no Aarohi elephant program. There is only an Aarohi community, and the community is spread across the country. Like you just met Mishti, who is from Mumbai. Manan, I think, is also Mumbai or somewhere. Srijini, which city are you in? Somewhere in Andhra Pradesh, right?
Yeah,
Avni
and
from
also
Bangalore.
out of India.
Yeah, and also out of India. So now, given that there are families and individuals all across the, let's say, the country and even the globe, now it's up to each child, each family, not child, each family to connect with different families in however they want. They can travel together to one place. They can travel to each other's home. They can do something online using a Zoom call or whatever other call. They can physically come together to the Aarohi campus, which is theirs. The campus it belongs to everybody in the community, so for them to use. So all possible permutation combinations are available to the family to interact, to collaborate, to support each other, to connect and gain from each other as well as give to each other. So the essence of community is both give and get. And if each one of us is both giving and getting, then each both of us is both in the act of getting is getting richer, and in the act of giving is also getting richer. So we are getting double richer, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay. I mean, and how do you connect with these families? Like now I have just joined this Telegram group. So if I am interested in talking to somebody in particular, so where do we find the contacts?
If you had, there is also a little booklet which has some names and addresses and phone numbers if you want to connect to an individual family. I meaning it's I can post if you're there in the Telegram group. I'll ensure that by tomorrow that is posted in the Telegram group. It's there also on our website. Otherwise, see, the community has obviously a platform. We use something called as a Discord server to be able to connect with each other on a day-to-day basis, rather minute-to-minute basis. But that's a closed group in the sense only the community members are there, while the Telegram one is an open group. So families who are part of the community. So if let's say in future you want to be part of the Aarohi community, then you also are part of that Discord server. And then on a moment-to-moment basis, you know who is doing what, or who is sharing what, or who is doing what, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we use technology so that all of us are connected in real time, much like a WhatsApp group, but it's a far more sophisticated. If you are familiar with Discord, even if you are not, just imagine it to be a much more detailed version of a online community. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how it works.
Okay, yeah, that'll be nice to know. I mean, okay. And joining this community, so how do you get about it? I mean,
well, you've taken the first step by being here.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you come here a few times, you ask questions, you understand. So once you understand open learning and you are also doing open learning and you understand Aarohi, and then if you want to be part of the community, then you ask us and we'll take you through a small process, which typically also includes, but not necessary, that if you visit the campus, that helps, and stay here for a week, but that's not compulsory. If you are just very familiar, you become familiar with Aarohi. And as you rightly put, you can also connect with few communities. Depending on which city you are, you can also meet some of the Aarohi families if there are there in that city. And from there, so it's a very organic, it's more like getting to know and wanting to be part of the community. There's no formal process as such. And then you share, yes, I'm all ready to be part of the community. Then we will kind of handhold and help you understand how we all actually work on the ground, and then you can be part of the community.
Okay, thank you so much, Ratnesh.
Which city are you from, Sonali?
I'm from Pune.
Okay.
So you have any families from Pune?
Right now, no, I don't think so. Pranav, Preeti, do we have anybody in Pune?
Right now, no, we are from Mumbai.
Yeah. So if you're traveling to Mumbai, then you can connect with Pranav and Preeti and some other families in Mumbai.
Sure.
So we don't have right now any family in Pune.
Okay.
But
we were looking to come down there December probably.
Sure.
So we wanted to visit Aarohi once.
Yeah, then you can go ahead and register on the website. And yeah, that's also a good way to connect with the whole concept of or the working of Aarohi community, and then you can decide if you want to be part of Aarohi.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think we are almost at 6:30, so I just want to thank Avni, Srijini, Mishti and Manan left, but thank both of them also, and thank all the guests who came in today for today's session, lively discussion. I think these kids should only do it every Saturday. I should just be on mute every Saturday. That's better off. Yeah, I strongly believe that. Let me try and champion that and see how I kidnap these kids to come there every Saturday. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, everybody. And we'll be there again next Saturday and Saturday after that. And all the recordings are also there on the website for you to see previous meetups. And yep, thank you once again. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.